Let us understand details about adding or modifying columns using alter table command. New columns can be added to the existing table. However, if you want to add a column which cannot have null value, then you need to follow these steps. You have to add column to the table, update data in the column with some value, then you have to alter table to enforce not null constraint for the newly added column. Existing columns can be dropped from the table, but it is not advisable to do so. If at all we have to drop the column, then there should be extra caution as some of the other application functionality can be broken. You need to ensure that your applications are thoroughly tested whenever you drop the column from a given table. We can modify the existing column for defining it as not null or to change its data type. Once the application is in production, all the operations related to modifying or dropping columns should be avoided. We can consider adding columns, and quite often we will do so. Let us perform these tasks to understand more about adding or modifying or dropping table columns. Let's change the data type of user ID as serial. Earlier, when we have created the table, the user ID is of type integer. Now we want to make it a serial. Even serial is nothing but an integer. However, the column which is defined as serial will be populated by a sequence. In this case, we have to first create the sequence and then set the sequence generated value to default so that the column will exhibit the behavior as if it is defined as serial. Even if you define it as serial directly, internally it will be represented as integer only, and it will also make sure that the column is populated using a sequence generated number by setting that sequence generated number as default. Define default value for user email validated and is active to false. Then change the data type of user role to char of 1. Earlier we have created with varchar of 1. Now we want to create it with char of 1. And also we want to set the default value to u. Add new column last updated ts with data type timestamp, and also set default value to current timestamp. So these are the tasks which we want to perform to understand more about modifying and adding columns to the table. I'm not covering dropping here, but you should be able to explore with ease if you want to drop the columns from the table, especially when you are in the development process before getting your application into the production. Now let's load the SQL magic. It is already loaded. Let's create this variable called as database underscore URL so that we can connect to the database. Let's drop the sequence if it already exists. Then let's create the sequence. When you actually create the sequence, there might be additional properties also about where it should start, what should be the minimum value, what should be the maximum value, by how much it should be incremented, so on and so forth. We will see those details at a later point in time. But a basic sequence can be created using this command called as create sequence name. If you define the column as serial, the naming convention is table name underscore column that should be populated using sequence and then underscore seq. Here also I'm creating the sequence with the same naming convention. Now we have to say that alter table users. So we are trying to alter the table users by altering the column user ID by setting it to default next value of the sequence which is created here. This is how you can assign a sequence to the column so that it is now become serial type column. Once again, if you review the information schema columns view for user ID, still the data type will be integer only, but you will see the change in the default value. So let's run this alter table command, and then let's run this command against information schema dot columns. Let me say order by here, ordinal position, so that it always gets the data in the order in which the columns are defined while creating the table. Now, if I run this, you can see that user ID data type is still integer. However, the column default is next value of user ID sequence, so and so forth. So this is how you can actually convert the user ID to sequence generated number or to exhibit serial type behavior. Now the next task will be to set the default value for user email validated as well as is active to false. This is how you can take care. You just have to say alter table name. Then you can say alter column name, set default false, and you can have as many alter column commands like this. In this case, we have two. Not only alter column commands, we can also have other type of column modification commands like add column, drop column, etc. in one alter table command. One alter table command can have multiple alter columns or add columns or drop columns, etc. So even the second task to set user email validated and is active to false is taken care. Now let's change the data type of user role to char of 1. Earlier we have created with varchar of 1. You can see it here. User role is of type character varying. Maximum length is 1. Now we are trying to change it to char of 1. And also we want to set the default to u. Each alter column command is separated by comma. You can see here, there's a comma here. Now we should be able to run this. And now if you run this command once again to review the data type of user role, it is of type character, not character varying. Now the final task is to add last updated TS with the data type as timestamp, and the default should be current timestamp. Now if you run this, it will take care of adding this additional column. And if you go back here and if you run this command again, you will see additional column after created date, which is nothing but last updated TS. The ordinal position of this column is 10. This is how you can actually add the column with the default value. You don't need to say add column last updated TS timestamp and then say alter column name set default to current timestamp. You can directly specify the default while adding column using add column command itself. As I have mentioned earlier, we can perform multiple column level operations using one alter table command. Let us see an example here. I am dropping the users table here, recreating the table as per original structure with user ID as integer without defaults for user email validated and is active. User role is of type varchar of 1, and also there is no last updated timestamp. So we have created the table as per the earlier structure. Now I'm dropping the sequence also just to ensure that we can alter the table by assigning sequence to user ID. And now I'm creating the sequence again. Now if we run this, it will take care of converting user ID as the sequence generated column. User email validated and is active will be set to false by default. User role, the data type will be char of 1, and also the default value will be u. And also we are adding column last updated TS with the default as current timestamp. One alter table command will take care of all the operations on the table in one shot. Now we should be able to review the results here. I want to add order by ordinal position so that we get the data in the same order as the table is created and then altered. You can see all the details here. Then you should be able to review the sequences view also. You can see that it contains information such as sequence catalog, which is nothing but the owner for the sequence name, which is nothing but user ID sequence. The data type is begint, and you can actually see the other details about start value, minimum value, maximum value, etc. All these values can be altered while creating the sequence and also after the fact of creation of the sequence. Even on sequence, we have alter commands and we should be able to manipulate the sequences. We will see those details at a later point in time. This is how you should be able to use the alter table command to add columns to the existing table, modify the columns of the existing table, or also drop the columns from the existing table.